you would have a patient ambulate with their assistive device over to treatment table, mat table, etc., in order to participate in an exercise session. Okay, but let's just look at it from the get-go here, in case you're just going to bring them over to the treatment table. So, of course, we have the gait belt on. All right, so, and how tall are you?
5'9".
Oh, that's good. All right, so now obviously I cannot be in front of the patient to have my leg guarding his leg in contact with it, correct? Okay, because we're not going to, oops, sorry, try to come through, come under, that would all be unsafe for both of us. Okay. So, if I am transferring him this way, which is his stronger leg, which is his involved or weaker leg? I've set him up. Which way do we always transfer toward? The strong side. All right. So his right side is his stronger side. His left side is his weaker side. And now we've got a walker. And we're also going to say that it's non-weight bearing on his left side. Okay. All the other parameters still work in there. It's just where I'm positioned, or the therapist is positioned for the transfer. So it basically looks like how we stood up when we were just out here looking at gait patterns. So you tell me, what do you think you're gonna do?
Non-weight bearing, I'll have my leg up.
Okay.
And then I'll scoot up a little bit in the chair,
Okay.
push off the armrest.
Push from the armrest, then onto the walker. Okay, all that was the same. Now what he's going to do is I want you to turn your walker towards me so your bottom faces the table. Take little hops. Okay, bring the walker back. Now same thing, hop back till you feel the treatment table on the back of your leg. Did you feel it?
Yes.
Okay, now what are you going to do?
I'm going to lower myself and use the table as support.
And he kept his leg out as well. Okay, so that would be the same whether it was partial weight bearing, toe touch weight bearing, non-weight bearing. Even if he's weight bearing as tolerated but he's using an assistive device, we're going to go towards the stronger side. All the other rules apply for how to stand up and how to sit back down safely. Questions? Why don't you go back in the wheelchair? Okay. So, same thing applies with the crutches. They go on which side when you stand up?
The weaker side.
Pardon me? I didn't hear what somebody said.
The good side?
I still don't know what you
The
said.
good side? His left side?
The good side, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Louder.
The good side.
All right, so same way to stand up, kicks that leg out. We'll make it partial weight bearing this time, but we're still gonna kick it out to stand up, pushes forward, pushes down on there, push to stand. And what do? And he's gonna turn this way so that his bottom faces the back of the treatment table, backs up till he feels it. Now what are you gonna do? Okay, and I would just say that gives you more leverage to put your hand on the inside rather than the outside. Okay. And then the same rules apply. If you were done, getting back up, move the chair to the other side so he can transfer to the stronger side. Does that all make sense? Questions about that? Okay. Thank you. through, and a cane gait. So let's, I'm going to come down to swing 2 and swing through to start with. I take those crutches back over there. Okay. Amanda. All right, so we're going to start with swing 2 and swing through. Notice on both of those, it says, well, on both of those, it says 2 crutches. Only on swing 2 do we have walker. Both of them, the patient has to be full weight bearing or weight bearing as tolerated, okay? Because this is a typical gait where there's bilateral lower extremity involvement, okay? Because both lower extremities are going to move together. And the patient may even have braces on their legs. Okay? So if you read through the chapter, what's a KAFO, Malaria?
Knee ankle foot orthosis.
And what does that mean?
Knee ankle foot orthosis is would it be like a brace that goes around the knee and ankle?
Okay, so she is correct. KFO is a knee ankle foot orthosis. So it is a brace such that, and there are many different kinds out there, such that it controls or stabilizes the motion of both the ankle and the knee. Okay? And very often when somebody has these braces on and they're ambulating, okay, the braces are in a locked in extension position, okay, because then this gives them the most stability. And these braces are typically have the ability to then be unlocked so they can sit, not like this, but unlocked at the knee so they can have their knees bent in a normal sitting position. Okay. All right. And whether the patient has to lock them before they stand or there's some with drop locks, so as soon as they stand, the lock falls into place, and it depends on the type of brace they have. Okay. All right, so we are still going to stand up the same way. We're going to say, since both lower extremities are involved, my right side is my stronger side, and I've already asked Amanda, and she said her right side is her stronger side. Okay. So I'm going to demonstrate. Okay. Okay. Same thing, slide to the edge of the chair, one hand here, pushing down, not pulling, pushing chair, putting outside crutch, underneath, and turning them so they're both under their arms, okay? Full weight bearing. So swing 2 pattern is move the crutches about a step ahead, both legs come together, and swing to the crutches, okay? Crutches, swing to the crutches. That's a swing 2 pattern, okay? Add a little bit, turning to the stronger side, same pattern, just making small turns. Okay. Now I'm just going to back up a little bit more so you can see. A progression of the swing 2 is then the swing through. Okay. A little more fluid, a little more energy efficient. So it's crutches and swing through the crutches. So you see how that can be a little bit more fluid as opposed to stop and start. And again, it depends on the patient's ability, balance, and strength. Okay. All right, so let's give that a try. Sure, so she's got kind of a floppy top on here. Make sure that it's not caught on her shirt. Okay, so let's start with swing 2. Both crutches together, both feet together, right to the middle. Feet, right to the middle. There we go. Feels a little bit jerky. Okay. All right, let's try the progression now. Swing through. Feel a little bit smoother?
Yeah.
A little bit easier? Okay, show me a turn. Okay, let's not try to turn all at once because then you're creating that fixed pivot on ankles, knees, and hips. So let's take at least, I'd say, 3 steps to get around as opposed to trying to do it in 1 or 2. Okay, go ahead back to your chair. Okay, same thing to sit down now. She's gonna, is that how you sit down with crutches? And now she got stuck. Okay, so probably be a good idea to take that off. Fill back to the chair. And lowers herself down, and then sits in the chair. Again, needing to teach the patient that they have to keep these somewhere close, so when they go home, they have access to their crutches easily. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at walker.
So if a patient doesn't have an affected side and they use that type of gait, does it still matter which side they have the crutches on when they sit down?
What did I say when I was doing it?
Oh, it's on my side?
Okay, so I said both legs are involved. So I went to my stronger side because it was my
Dominant side.
dominant
So
side.
then when you sit down, you put on your non-dominant side?
Yes. Did you put them on the wrong side?
I did.
Now that I'm picturing it, you did do that.
I did.
I missed it, but nobody else caught it either. Okay, all right, so they go on the other side.
Right.
All right, so let's do it with the walker now. Please scoot to the edge, push yourself up.
I'm sorry.
So move the walker forward. Okay, hop to the middle. Okay, this is all, got got wheels on it, so we don't need to pick it up. Okay, hop to the middle. Hop to the middle. All right, so that's a swing 2 gait with the walker. Okay, let's look at swing through. What do you think? Should we be doing that? Aspen?
No,
Why not?
because she's coming all the way to the front of the walker, which is fall hazard.
Okay, so she should be feeling tipped backwards a little bit, right? So even when, with our previous 3-point gait, we said you don't bring your feet ahead of the walker because it creates that backward momentum and the potential to fall. So, do we have a progression? Okay, you can move it so you don't. So, we had the progression with the crutches from swing 2 to swing through. Do we have that progression with the walker? No. So, hence, walker is not up there along with the swing through. So, swing through is only allowable with 2 crutches. Okay, so questions about swing 2 and swing through. Must be full weight bearing, and both lower extremities are involved, and both lower extremities move together as a unit. Okay. Now, typically, as I said, a patient might have long leg braces on and use this particular pattern. So this is somebody then that is typically our long-term user of crutches. So most often they will be then using forearm crutches. So let's take a look, and let's look at the methods your book talks about for getting up out of a chair and ambulating. And we'll take a look at the stairs. All right, so Amy, come on up here. Can you check it up? So basically, pretty much the same, except now what we're looking at is somebody who's got these braces on and is using this type of gait because they are paralyzed from a specific somewhere in the lumbar area down, so lower extremities are paralyzed. So while you used, and I showed, and Amanda showed, we're still using a lot of upper body work when we do these 2 particular gait patterns. It really is even more so when we're looking at somebody who's paralyzed, because they don't have the ability then to activate their hip flexors to swing their lower body back or forth. And what they need to do is to use their upper extremity and trunk strength to kind of lift their bottom in the air. Your book talks about it as a C gait and a C curve. And then allow gravity just to bring it down and swing forward. Okay? So this is very hard to pretend. So do your best.
Okay.
Okay. Probably take your watch off. And there were a pair of glasses up here. I see whose ever they were found them.
Yes, they're
Okay. All right. So there are 2 methods to standing up from the wheelchair for this particular type of gait, what they call either the turnaround method or the power-up method. And it just depends upon what works better for the patient. So we'll go for the turnaround method first, which will probably be a little bit easier for you guys. All right, so your legs are straight out in front of you. So what you have to do is not bend your knees. Okay, and that's where they'll be. You will have locked the braces, knees are straight out. Okay, and now what you're going to do is turn either way in the chair, just like the up and down method from the floor. Okay, go ahead and turn all the way around and get your legs straight out behind you, all the way, so you're kind of resting. There we go. All right, so hands up on the armrests, and now what you're gonna do is, sometimes you'll hear the term jackknife, is you are gonna push up really hard and fast with your arms and your back and your bottom.
Stand on my feet?
To stand up, don't bend your knee, don't use your legs.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, up. Good. Okay, and now she's gonna lean forward, get one crutch. That one, and get the other one. And put that one. Okay, now, when she's standing, she's gonna stand in this C curve, okay? With her hips hyperextended and her stomach sticking out and back, because what that does now is passively puts her hips into extension, okay? Locks in her lower extremities and her low back, and this is her stable position. Probably doesn't feel real comfortable to you. Okay, so, all right, what you're going to do is, let me just move this out of the way a little bit. So, you have to turn, but what you have to do is put yourself in what's called the jackknife position. Okay, move the canes to the side, and a big push up, so bend.
I don't get it.
I know, it's very, very hard. Let's just turn and face your classmates.
Okay.
Let's start from here instead of trying to start with the turn. Okay, so she's standing in her stable position. Okay, then when she wants to move, what she's quickly gonna do is take herself out of this position. She has to have good upper trunk and arm strength, because as soon as she unlocks, okay, she becomes unstable. And so what she quickly does, okay, so let's go back up. So quickly move those forward, keep them so you have space. Okay, so she bends and quickly pushes her bottom up into the sky and swings forward, okay? Don't bend your knees.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. So quick bend and back into the stable position. So they learn to do this fairly quickly, otherwise it would take forever to get across the room, okay? This is their stable position, so bend, lift, okay. What I wanna see you try to do is to, when you bend and you go to swing forward, I wanna see if you can lift your bottom up in the air and then swing, let it,
And just swing 2? We're doing swing 2?
go ahead and swing through, it'll feel
Okay.
more stable. Okay, so bend, bottom, okay. Bend, now when you lift, I wanna see you hike your bottom up, okay? Hike it up, there. Okay.
Okay.
Got that? Having fun yet?
No.
Alright, let's try it again. So, down. There, that was better, but as
Okay.
soon as you come down, then you go into this C curve. Okay. Alright, ready to try the stairs?
Nope. Let's do it though.
Let's walk on over there. Alright, so, this particular hard for me to pretend, for you guys to pretend. So what I want you to do is to give it a try, so you can feel a little bit of what it would feel like for that patient. Again, it's one of those aha moments when you have a real patient who is paralyzed, but this is the gait that you're going to teach them. Or they may come to you and already use and had a different issue go on. Okay, so the stairs are harder, okay, because she has to do the same thing. So just come on up to the stairs. Okay, keep those apart so you don't get your feet on them. All right, so she's going to bend, push on the crutches, and hike her whole body up to that. Bring the crutches up, see her back. Okay, and she's bending her knees. Okay, unless I stick 2x4s strapped to your legs. Okay, it's very hard not to. Okay, come on, but just walk down. All right, turn and face me. So, did you notice in your book it showed the backward method up the stairs? You need to put your hair up for that.
Yeah.
All right, so crutches back. Nope, not on the stairs, just back here. All right, now you really gotta bend, hike your bottom up into the air, and put your feet on that first step.
Okay. You got a lot of faith in me.
You have a lot of faith in me.
Yeah, I do. Okay, ready?
All right.
Oh, I already bent. Okay.
And then crutches up real quick. And then back into that stable C curve. Okay. All right, we're good.
Okay. It's so hard.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
So, again, for that particular one, what I want you to do is to try it, okay, with a partner. Just try a stair. I don't expect you to get up all the way up the stairs. I do not expect you to become competent in this particular gait. All the other ones, yes. All right. But this one, so you have a feeling of what your patient's going through. Okay. All right, let's come on back in. All right, Aspen, come on down. There you go. Okay. Then we have a 2-point and a 4-point gait. And again, these are full weight bearing gaits. Can be done with either 2 crutches or 2 canes. Okay. So let's take a look at what it looks like with 2 canes. Okay. So, starting point to stand up, slide forward, push from the chair. The patient has both canes together. Okay. All right. So a 2-point gait is opposite foot and opposite cane at the same time. All right. So what that looks like is right cane, left foot together. Left cane, right foot together. Okay. Nice fluid motion, normal arm swing going, okay. And same thing for turning pattern. Okay. So actually a regression would be the 4-point gait. This would be a progression from the 4-point gait. And as it says in your book, sometimes it's called a deliberate 2-point gait. But for you guys, I think it'll be easier just to stick to 2-point and 4-point so you don't get them confused. Okay, so the 2-point gait was a foot and a cane together, opposites. Okay, 4-point means they all go separately. See? Still opposite, opposite, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? Much slower. And when you guys practice the 4-point gait, you need to make sure and keep it slow. If you start trying to get ahead of yourself, you'll be doing this. Because you're trying to go faster, because you think you should. Okay. So, 4-point is each one comes down on its own. Opposite, opposite, in order to, I got myself all mixed up there. Can't talk and walk at the same time. Okay. Who uses that gait? Somebody who has a lot of balance problems, has pain on both sides of their legs, and I think I've mentioned very typically somebody who's an ambulatory cerebral palsy person would also use a 4-point gait. And very often, if it's somebody that involved, they would not be able to progress to a 2-point gait. But somebody where it's balance, pain, and we're working on those things as well in therapy could eventually go to a 2-point gait. Okay. All right, ready to give it a try? All right, so just a little scoot forward, push up, that's it.
4-point first?
Okay, which one do you want to do first? Do the 2-point first, do the easy one first. Still takes some thought, at least in the beginning when you're learning. And she's still looking down, so remember, you understand your patients are looking down because it's the first time they got to figure out where their feet and their whatever assistive devices, but don't forget to look up where you're going. Okay, all right, so do a turn. And again, she's going to turn to whichever her dominant or stronger side is. All right, now she's going to regress and show us a 4-point gait. Okay, and that foot's still going to step past. Well, there you go. Takes a lot more thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your step, start your turn, just sit down the right way. All right, questions about that? Okay, let's just go ahead and walk down to the stairs. Let's take a look at how we're going to do the stairs. So, with a 2-point gait, we have a couple of options. So, the safest option is typically to revert to the 3-point gait on the stairs. So in other words, come on up here, and which is your stronger side?
Right.
Okay, and what's our stair mantra?
Up with the good, down with the bad.
And where will the cane stay? Which side will they stay with?
The right side?
Good side or the bad side?
Good side.
Wrong.
Bad side.
Bad side. Up with the good, down with the bad, and the assistive device stays with the bad side to support it. Okay. So going back to our 3-point is up with the good, so pushes off. No, crutches stay there. She pushes up, steps up with the right, little push, and canes on the left. Okay. Go ahead up the right. Canes. Right. And canes. Okay. So go ahead and turn yourself around. All right. How does coming down look? Okay, pick up. Which is your bad side?
The left.
Okay, you said your right was your stronger side, right? Okay. So left and canes down. And the right. Left and canes. On the right. Okay, so that would be the very base, the safest way to do it. So go ahead and turn around. So how do you think it would look for a progression for somebody with a 2-point gait?
Same as walking. So, okay.
Jay, go ahead. Okay, so that is one progression, is to do it just to the same step. However, we would still follow the rule. She kind of switched legs there. We'd still follow the rule of up with the stronger. Okay, so why don't you go on up to the top and turn, just go ahead, walk up to the top. All right, so come on down. Okay, so cane and the left. And then your right, cane on the left, up, cane on the left. Cane on the- Get that cane down there. Cane on the left, and then bring it up. Okay, so that would be one progression, and then a final progression, if she really got gone, got good, got gone. Are you going somewhere? All right, would be to do it just like she did while she was walking. So show me how you would do it if you did it the same way you were walking. Okay, then up with the good, down with the bad kind of doesn't play in part because she's going now step over step with her foot. Okay, and come on down. So which one was the easiest?
Probably that one.
Okay, which one did you think felt the most stable?
That one probably.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
As opposed to the first or the second one?
Maybe the second one.
Okay. All right, so now you are ambulating with a 4-point gait. How do you think you're gonna go up the stairs?
Same way you walk. Cane, foot, cane, foot.
Give it a try. Okay, so no, because that really basically is the 2-point gait on the stairs. So you can turn around and come on back down. Whoa.
Sorry.
For the 4-point gait, there really is no progression on the stairs, and the safest way for them to do it is to revert to the 3-point gait. So, up with, let's go back to that one. So your good side's your right side, up with the right. And then both canes on the left. And both canes on the left. Okay. So that would be for the 4-point, and typically are not able to progress. Okay, come on back in. So let's just take a look at crutches now with 2 points and 4 points. Alright, so we gotta go back to the way you stand up with crutches. Okay, go ahead, forward, and this. Alright, so show me a 2-point gait with crutches. Okay, looks the same, yes? Okay, just turn around, just go ahead and turn around. Alright, 4-point gait with the crutches. Feel her thinking about it. Okay. Questions there? All right, let's go take a look at the stairs with the crutches. All right, so 2-point gait. I'm gonna go up the stairs. Okay, come on down. All right, turn around. Progression for 2-point gait. What's the problem?
You're uneven.
Well, we can't progress because she can't pick this up, right? And get it up to that step. So, no choice. Whether it's the 2-point or the 4-point, when you're using crutches, has to revert back to the 3-point. Okay? Again, I can feel her thinking, wait a minute, that's not gonna work. How am I supposed to do that? Right? Pretty much. All right, questions? Okay, now take yourself out. Okay. So, I have cane gait listed separately there. And using 1 cane. And what that means is 1 single-point cane, 1 small base quad cane, 1 large base quad cane, or 1 hemi cane or hemi walker, whichever term you're particularly reading. Occasionally, you might see somebody with 2 small base quad canes. Rarely will you see somebody with 2 large base quad canes. And if somebody can use 2 of the hemi canes, then, and they need a walker, okay? And if they can use 2 of them, that means both arms are functional. Okay? So I have it listed there separately, because different places talk about it differently. And even in your book, it really didn't put that under 3-point gait. So some will call using 1 cane a 3-point gait, and some places will just call it a cane gait. Okay. All right, so let's All right. Pulling. You have your shirt on upside down? Oh, when your arms are up, I thought it looked like one of the Angry Birds from the Angry Birds game. And I was just kidding about having it on upside down. I thought it was a bird. Okay. So we'll start with the single point cane. All right, now we only have one device. Which side does it go on? The good side or the bad side? Olivia, what do you think? And if you read the chapter, it's in the chapter. Emmanuel?
Go on that side.
Okay, so we have a 50-50 shot here. How many say goes on the bad side? 3 little hands. How many say goes on the good side? And the rest say, I'm gonna wait to hear the right answer. Right?
What about it depends?
No. It's not depend. All right, goes on the good side. Let's find out why. So, my left leg is my sore leg, my involved leg, my painful leg, the one I've progressed from a walker, from my surgery. My left leg, so it's going to go on my right side. Push up. Now, very lowest level again, and what could be called a 3-point gait is cane, left, right. Cane, left, right. Okay. Progressions could be cane and left together, and right. Cane and left together, right. Cane, step through. Okay. So all of those are cane gait with 3 progressions there. So let's take a look at it, and you tell me why it goes on the good side. What do you think, Mahira?
For better balance or equilibrium?
But why? Why not this side for better balance? Ryan?
You need to put all your weight on the good side when you're.
Okay, so this is how it supports and allows me to relieve pressure. Remember I said we don't call it relieving weight bearing really, but pressure. So by putting it on the good side, I lean on it as this leg is taking some of the weight and this leg is stepping through. Okay. Because if I put it on the bad side, how many people used to watch House? How many people remember the movie House?
The show house?
Hmm?
The show house?
Yeah, where he was a doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you probably didn't notice he had his cane on his bad side all the time. It would drive you crazy as a therapist, because then this is how he walked. Right? Did he walk like that?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Why? Because here's his device to lean on, but he's leaning onto the bad leg. And that's what his gait looked like. So pretty soon you guys will all be watching people at stores and on TV and going, oh, they're doing it wrong. All right, so that's why it goes on the good side. Doesn't matter which one you're using. Okay. All right, so which side's your bad leg? Okay, so which hand does this go in? All right. Okay, Still gotta slide forward and stand up, because that helps bring your body over your base of support quicker and more securely. Okay, so cane, right, left, cane, right, left. Okay, and then go ahead with a progression. And then stepping all the way through. All right, so let's just go to the stairs. And, Aspen, would you please bring those 3 other canes? Thank you. All right, so let's take a look at the stairs. Stairs. All right, so which leg is going up first? All right, go ahead. And push in the bad leg. Good leg, push in the bad leg. Okay. And that's how the stairs are gonna look with 1 cane. Okay, I'm gonna turn around. Okay, how you gonna come down? Okay. Piece of cake, right? All right. Wrong height, but we'll just take a look at. All right. Let's see what you can do here.
So, I assume same thing.
Okay, same thing. Okay, now you just have to make sure that all 4 points of the quad cane are on the solid surface. Okay, one down. Same thing as she was turning around, almost came to the edge there. All right. Piece of cake, right? This one's set for this side, so you gotta swap sides. All right, so now your right leg is your good leg.
It's too big.
Okay.
Would I go this way?
There you go. Okay, come on back down. All right. Oh, yeah, I should get my feet out of the way. Okay, so the large base quad cane, one of the downsides is it doesn't fit correctly or in the same orientation on the stairs. So once they get up to the stairs, gonna have them turn it flat side against the riser of the stair, okay? And then proceed as you should. Again, making sure that all 4 points are on the stair. Okay, go around. What you think? There you go. Now what you gonna do?
Same like using a walker. Or just using my legs.
Okay, give it a shot.
I would do good leg first.
Okay. So actually, this would be like a walker, would be up on the step first. Then bring it up to the next step. There you go. Does it look, oh, good. Does it look real safe there? She put a little extra pressure coming up. Did you see how it tipped forward, or tipped backward actually, a little bit? The 2 front feet came off. Okay, so just like the walker, not really the safest, even though the feet fit better than the walker did. It's still at an angle, and then coming down, her force is gonna be forward. Going up, her force was backward. So still not the safest. Okay, you can look at that. Better way to do it with this, you can come on down, would be to have them, go ahead and do it the way you were doing it. But what should I have her do? Pull her out. So then she can put more pressure through the railing and rely a little bit less on putting pressure through here.
Would you still want their weak side against the railing, or would you want them to hold?
Well, what about, you can turn around, you can come on down. So, what's the answer to that? It depends on what?
Their house.
And where the railing, which side the railing is out of. Okay, so certainly if they have a choice, okay, railing on the stronger side, so they can help themselves towards their stronger side. But you have to teach them to what their house allows them to do. All right, question. Okay. I think that concludes all of our gait patterns. And we'll save falling for Thursday. Start off with a bang, so to speak. All right, so you can go ahead and take a break, and then